Premier League players whose transfer values increased the most during 2021-22. Another Premier League season has come and gone, with a host of new names establishing themselves as Benati top-flight superstars over the course of the 2021-22 campaign. But as clubs race to the summer sales to try and bolster their squads, a few could be left paying premium prices for any players who have enjoyed a standout season for their current sides. With this in mind, Daily Star Sport takes a look at 10 of the Premier League's hottest stars who have seen their values skyrocket over the course of the season due to their impressive performances, including a host of established names and some hot new prospects. Tino Livramento is another starlet who was prized away from Chelsea last year, and the Southampton star has been one of the surprise packages of the season since moving to the South Coast in a bargain £5 million deal. The 19-year-old racked up over 30 appearances for the Saints before he picked up a devastating anterior cruciate ligament injury against Brighton back in April, an injury that is likely to see him ruled out until 2023. But that hasn't prevented Livramento's value from skyrocketing, with the talented teen now valued at £22.5 million, a whopping £15.5 million increase from the £4.5 million he was rated at back in September. Who do you think has been the biggest surprise package in the Premier League this season? Let us know in the comments section. Emile Smith-Rowe came from nowhere to inspire at Arsenal this season and ended up finishing the year as one of the Gunners' top stars. The 21-year-old had previously been farmed out on loan to Huddersfield, but he notched 10 league goals in 33 appearances to drive the Londoners to the cusp of a top-4 finish. Unsurprisingly, Smith-Rowe is one of the biggest movers of the season. His price has more than doubled, with a £19.8 million increase taking his valuation to £36 million. It's been a season to forget for Calvin Phillips, who has been plagued by injuries. But the Leeds United star managed to battle his way back to fitness in the final weeks of the season to inspire the Whites to top-flight survival. Despite missing almost a third of the season, Phillips has still seen his value rise due to transfer interest from some of the Premier League's biggest clubs. Manchester City and Manchester United have both been linked with a summer move for the midfield enforcer, who also established himself as one of England's first-choice stars due to his impressive form at Euro 2020 last year. As a result, Transfermarkt now values Phillips at around £45 million, an increase of £18 million over the course of the season. While James thrived at Chelsea, another former Blues youngster in Marc Guéhi has shown away from Stamford Bridge this year. After impressing on loan in the Championship with Swansea City last season, Guéhi earned a £18 million move to Chelsea's Premier League rivals Crystal Palace earlier this year. The powerful centre-half enjoyed a stunning maiden season in the top flight and saw his valuation rocket by £18 million since last summer. Jacob Ramsey was rated at just £4.5 million at the start of the season, but the Aston Villa starlet has seen his price tag increase by £15.3 million, meaning he's now valued at around £19 meters by Transfermarkt. The 21-year-old has thrived under the guidance of Steven Gerrard and has become a mainstay in the Premier League, making 34 appearances and bagging 6 top-flight goals. Ramsey has also starred for the England U21 side and netted in England's recent 2-1 win over Czech Republic last week. Trevoh Chalobah was another player who was on the fringes in the Premier League, but the 22-year-old has gone on to establish himself as a key player for Chelsea this year. The centre-half racked up over 30 appearances in all competitions for the Londoners and netted an impressive 4 goals in the process. After starting the season out of favour, Chalobah is another star who has seen a massive increase in his valuation. The defender is now valued at £18 million after a whopping £14.85 million rise over the past year. Gabriel Martinelli is one of a host of young top-flight stars who burst onto the scene this year. The Brazilian stepped up when Arsenal needed him most and has muscled his way into Mikel Arteta's first-team plans. The 20-year-old notched 6 goals and 7 assists after breaking into the side at the end of November, returns that have sent the attacker's valuation rocketing up. Martinelli was rated at £19.4 million at the start of the season and is now worth an estimated £34.2 million, meaning his value has increased by a staggering £14.8 million. Diogo Jota arrived at Anfield back in 2020, but the Portuguese forward enjoy a real breakout campaign for Liverpool this year. Jota nudged ahead of Roberto Firmino in the Reds' pecking order after racking up 21 goals and 8 appearances for Jurgen Klopp's side. Given that the former Wolves man is now an established first-team star in one of Europe's top teams, it should come as no surprise that the forward's value has skyrocketed. Jota is now estimated to be worth £54 million, meaning his value has shot up by over £13.5 million over the course of the season. A number of Chelsea's defensive stars earned rave reviews under Thomas Tuchel this season, but Reece James was the Blues' standout performer at the back. The England ace thrived in the wing-back role and registered a remarkable 6 goals and 10 assists over the course of the season for the former European champions. Unsurprisingly, James' valuation came in for a boost. The 22-year-old's value also rose by £13.5 million, meaning the Blues ace is now worth an estimated £49.5 million. All valuations and increases taken from transfermarkt.co.uk.